Hi, I'm Atakume and welcome back to a video. So as I'm sure many of you have too, I finally got to see Demon Slayer Mugen Train. The Demon Slayer movie. I have been waiting for this and I finally got to see it, and I have thoughts. Okay, I have many thoughts and I cannot wait to share them with you. If you have seen it, I'd love to know what you think, so do let me know in the comments. If you haven't, then I don't think you should watch this video because it will contain spoilers. But yes, Demon Slayer Mugen Train was incredible. I have so many things to say, I don't even know where to start. But I guess I'll just start from the beginning. So before we get into it, just a reminder, a quick recap on Demon Slayer as a whole. It might have been a while since you've seen the movie. The series is about a boy named Tanjiro whose family is all killed by a demon apart from his sister Nezuko. Nezuko gets turned into a demon, and the whole plot of the movie is Tanjiro becomes a demon slayer and he's trying to find a way to save his sister to make her human again. And along the way, he meets lots of different characters, different demons he has to kill and fight, and it ends off with Tanjiro and his friends going off on a new mission. And that is what the movie is about, this new mission. So our main group, Tanjiro, Nezuko, Zenitsu, and Inosuke, are tasked with joining the Flame Hashira, Rengoku, who is one of the strongest demon slayers in the whole corporation, aboard this train called the Mugen Train, or the Infinity Train, where the name of the movie comes from, where there have been lots of killings, supposedly by demons, and that's why they're there. And that's where the movie starts. So the first thing that I want to talk about this movie is the music. Now, Demon Slayer, the series, had amazing music. The opening song in particular by Lisa. So the main song, or the theme of the movie, is this song called Homura, which plays in lots of different versions throughout the movie. I really like how it starts off the movie with the song playing, but an off vocal, kind of just happier tone of it. And then at the very end of the movie, when the credits start to roll, the vocal version, also sung by Lisa, is played, and it's like the whole movie comes around full circle and you feel all the feels. I'm not going to talk about the emotions right now because there's a lot, and I'll just save that until the end and start in case I start crying. Another song that plays a lot throughout the movie is Kamado Tanjiro no Uta, which was, if you remember, episode 19's ending song. Everyone was talking about episode 19 when it came out. The song, everything, it was amazing, and I'm really glad they brought it back for the movie, particularly playing it at the emotional parts. The music overall was really good. These two songs and just everything, it all matched so well. Also, Rengoku's theme was really good, and the theme that played when Akaza came, they were all just really good and fit the movie really well. But apart from the movie, the plot, the way that I'm going to talk about it is kind of just going through it as the movie went, as I talk about specific things I wanted to mention. So first of all, we start with our main group hopping aboard the train and going to find Rengoku. And Rengoku, oh my god, there's so much I want to say about him. Rengoku, we actually met back in the series, but we didn't get much about him, and it was at the same time as we met all the rest of the Hashira, so there was no focus on him. But this time, we get focus on him, and I loved him from the get-go. You can tell instantly what kind of character he has, his positivity, his just happy aura. It's so lively and friendly, and you just want to be friends with this guy. I know they also say he's weird and his whole character is a bit strange, but I love it how he's like always staring with his eyes open. I don't know why that is, but I loved it. He's just a really lovely guy from the get-go, and I was so excited to see more about him, learn more about him, and also to see him fight, since he is very strong. So what I liked about the movie is that we get into the action straight away. So instantly there are these two demons that we need to fight, and this is when we get to see Rengoku's power for the first time. And he is insanely strong, like mind-blowing strong. And it gave us the opportunity to see the amazing Ufotable animation that we are used to. Ufotable, their animation is probably what makes Demon Slayer Demon Slayer. I don't know how the manga is, I haven't read it, but I would like to think, and I'd like the manga readers agree with me when I say this, is that the anime just improves upon the manga and makes the manga even better thanks to the animation. I don't even have words for how amazing it is, especially during the fight scenes and their breathing techniques. I noticed even the tears and the crying, it looks so good. I loved it. I loved it so much, and it's probably one of the things that draws me to Demon Slayer the most. Also, the animation was a mix of 2D and 3D CGI, and I think it was really well. None of it was jarring. It was all very fluid and smooth and worked very well together. I have no complaints about the animation at all. So our main villain of the movie, you could say, is this demon who is one of the lower rank 12 Kazuki called Enmu. And his design I really liked, but in particular what I liked was his blood demon art. So we know that lots of demons have different ways of using the blood demon art, but this was interesting because a good chunk of the movie is contained within what his blood demon art is. So Enmu's blood demon art is that he puts people to sleep and makes them see happy dreams before he kills them, and that's what he does to our main group in this movie. And I really like that because not only does it give us more insight into the characters that we know and their happy thoughts and what they want, what they wish for, but it also was a really good way of helping us get to know Rengoku very early on. The movie, instead of just diving in and giving us a flashback, they chose this perfect moment to give us information on Rengoku and his background, and I think it was a great choice. I loved it because it was just so smooth and part of the story. So we see each person's dream. First of all, Tanjiro, they just had to hit us with the feels, didn't they? They had to throw us back into Tanjiro's past and his family. So we get to see his family again, which was really nice, I guess, but also really sad because we know this isn't real and we know that they are unfortunately dead. And it hurt because at first we got to see them all happy and Tanjiro wasn't even aware that he was dreaming, but then as he slowly came to realize that things were off, he was saying things that he shouldn't be saying, he realized he was dreaming, and that was when it got sad because he was like, I have to leave them now. And the moment when he left them and we have his youngest brother like chasing after him and crying, that was the first moment where I cried in the movie. I couldn't help myself. The tears just came. It's too sad. Tanjiro deserves better. Oh, and he decides to leave the dream to go back to Nezuko and to take care of the demon. And I love his strength and his light, you know? And the saddest part was the way to wake up from the dream is to kill yourself. To have the mental strength to do that? Oh god. Now the other dreams weren't as bad. At least Zenitsu's was him just happily strolling along with Nezuko. Inosuke was his dream of being the leader and the most powerful and just fighting like he always wants to. And then we go on to Rengoku. And Rengoku's dream gave us who he is and what he's about. So we see him with his dad and his brother and how he just wanted to make his dad proud, how he wanted to make his brother happy. And it really makes you aware of what kind of person he is. Like he just wanted to make his dad proud, you know, and even his mother, he wanted to make her proud, but no matter what he did, his dad didn't care. And it shows us that something happened to him and Rengoku wasn't getting the treatment that he deserved, but he still turned out to be this amazing person. Maybe for it. I mean, his dad wasn't always like that, but whatever happened, Rengoku didn't let it affect him and he kept going, and he was an awesome big brother, saying that he'd always be there for his brother and cheer him on and that it's okay. And then he taught him how to fight and stuff. Oh, it was cute. It was very sweet. But yes, that basically gave us Rengoku's past and let us in to who he is. And I loved him. What I really liked about the dream world especially as well was the symbolism of the subconscious. Each person's subconsciousness gave off the kind of person that they are. So for example, we had Rengoku's subconscious, which was just roaring flames, which symbolizes his passion, his determination, and his drive. That was what we saw, and it was who he is. And Tanjiro's subconscious was this vast, clear, beautiful sky. And it was radiating warmth, which very much symbolizes who Tanjiro is. He's this kind, pure, warm-hearted guy, and you could see that in his subconscious. It was really nice. They used imagery and animation to show us more of who these characters are. Another thing that was really good about this being all in a dream and everything was that we got to see more of a mental fight. So usually shonen anime, including Demon Slayer, are all physical fights for the most part. And I love that. We love that. That's why we're here. We want to see the physical fights. But what was interesting about this fight is that it's mental as well. So when Tanjiro wakes up, and he's the first to wake up out of our 4 characters, Nezuko wasn't asleep, he goes to fight the demon. And through that, he has to keep fighting mentally and physically. Because the demon has the power to make people sleep, during the fight, he constantly puts Tanjiro to sleep. And so Tanjiro can keep fighting, he has to keep waking himself up. And to do that, he has to kill himself. So over and over again, split-second decisions. As soon as he gets into the dream, he commits suicide and comes right out. And he does that again and again and again. And each time, the demon is showing him worse dreams. And they get worse and worse and heartbreaking. And Tanjiro keeps persevering. He's so resilient and he just keeps doing it to the point that he almost kills himself in person because he thinks it's in a dream. But yes, after they wake up, they obviously go into the fight with the demon. It's really, really good, really well animated. And then they think they've killed the demon, but then plot twist, they haven't. Even though they cut off its head, that's not it. And then we get into the story of how the demon has actually combined himself with the train. And this is when the setting of the train comes in important. I loved the setting of the train. It brought a lot to it. First, it's a moving vehicle. It's narrow and tight for space, which makes it harder to fight. And it has many passengers, 200 passengers, which means that the demon slayers don't just have to take care of the demon, but they have to take care of the passengers. And that brought a whole new challenge to the movie. And it was really nice to see that it made every character do something a little different, and it made them delegate their tasks in a better way. But yes, thanks to their hard work and their power and everything, they take care of this demon. So Enmu is dead. And through it all, there was a lot going on. So we got to see a lot of Tanjiro and Inosuke's teamwork. You really got to see the way that Tanjiro has learned to deal with Inosuke. You know how Inosuke is. And we see Tanjiro just going along with him and being able to deal with who he is and his character, keeping Inosuke well. And we see how much Inosuke cares about Tanjiro. So at one point, Tanjiro gets stabbed, and Inosuke gets really worried about him. And it's so sweet to see, to the point that the guy that stabbed Tanjiro wants to save him, and Inosuke is just like, "I'll leave him. He stabbed you. We don't care about him." It was nice to see them caring, because we always see Tanjiro being a very caring character, especially towards Nezuko. But it's nice to see the other characters caring about him as well. Also, Zenitsu's introduction was really good. Okay, I watched that part a few times through because I loved it. Now, throughout this whole fight, we don't really get to see a lot of Rengoku, and I was really sad about that because the addition to the movie was also Rengoku, and I wanted to see him. We saw bits of him, but it was mostly just Tanjiro and Inosuke. And don't get me wrong, I love seeing them fight, but Rengoku. But little did I know that after they killed the demon, that wasn't the end. I thought that was the end of the movie. I was like, that's the end. They defeated the demon. It's done. They saved the people, and it's all okay. It's happiness. And we think that way until the other one shows up. Or another plot twist. He is one of the upper 3 ranking Kizuki. His name is Akaza, and I hate him with my whole soul right now. So then we get this epic fight between Rengoku and Akaza. It was probably the best part of the movie, in my opinion. Every second, every frame was amazing. I have lost vocabulary. I don't know how to tell you how this whole fight made me feel, but it was so good. I was on the edge of my seat. My eyes weren't blinking. I had to see what would happen. And never for a second did I doubt that Rengoku would win. I don't know, because it's a shonen and I'm so used to the demon slayers always winning even when it's tough, like Tanjiro against Rui. He still won despite it all. I was like, Rengoku's gonna win for sure. He's a Hashira. We saw how strong he was. There's no way he's gonna lose, okay? I don't have to worry about that. Boy, was I wrong. Before that, I really want to talk about what happens throughout the fight. What I liked was the message that Rengoku gives us throughout the fight. So throughout their battle, Akaza is trying to convince Rengoku to become a demon. He's like, you're an awesome fighter, you're an awesome martial artist, you have not reached your peak yet, but you can if you become a demon, and you can live for so much longer, and you can heal so much faster, and you'd be the most powerful. But then Rengoku says no, because he has appreciation for humanity. He appreciates that humans will live and then they will die. Rengoku keeps saying this about how that is the beauty of being human, and I loved the message of that. It really made me think, and I'm sure it made many others think as well. And it was nice to see a character who loves humanity so much. It's something that we really need in this particular time as well that we're in. It's a thing to think about. And Rengoku sees that. He doesn't care that he's going to die. He accepts that and he's okay with it. And that's what makes humanity and being human such a great thing. They live their lives to the fullest. And Rengoku is trying to tell this demon that throughout the fight. And it adds even more to the fight. But even through it all, Rengoku died. Yeah. I did not see that coming at all. And despite it all, the demon gets away. Akaza gets away. He got away. Okay, when he got away, I lost it. I was like Tanjiro in that moment. After everything, Rengoku is dying and they couldn't even take care of the demon. He would have been killed if it wasn't for the sunlight coming up. And Tanjiro calls after him, calling him a coward and that you can't fight in the day. Well, we always fight you in the night. Come fight. Don't get away. But the thing he's saying is that he's saying the same thing as us. Like, after everything, Rengoku's death is not going to equate this demon dying. He survives and it hurts. Like, the death already hurts enough, but it's just so frustrating. It's so intensely frustrating that the demon got away. I wanted to scream. I still want to scream. It's just so annoying. It's like, and I was thinking in that moment, well, it was all for nothing. But then Tanjiro says something. He says, Rengoku didn't lose. He won this one. The demon lost. Despite it all, Rengoku won. And he says there was no way that he could lose. And I see that even though the demon got away, Rengoku never wavered for a second. He was the stronger one and he won this fight. And I liked to end with that he won. It's what we needed, and it was the perfect way for it to end. Almost perfect. It would have been perfect if Rengoku hadn't died. And then we get a a very sad moment between Rengoku and Tanjiro, where Rengoku speaks to him and he tells him all these things that he wants him to do. And his condition is getting worse and worse, and Tanjiro is crying and crying, and I'm here crying and crying, and we're all just crying, but Rengoku isn't the least bit upset. What blew me away is that he dies with a smile on his face. He's really happy. Like, he was smiling the whole way through the pain. He didn't let it affect him. He just kept smiling. And then he sees his mother and she says she's proud of him. That's when we get the most genuine, happy smile before Rengoku passes away. And that's all I could have wished for. If he has to die, I'm just glad that he was happy. But the emotions, and my heart was not ready for this. I was in tears. There were buckets of my tears. I could not stop crying. And then when we see Tanjiro and Zenitsu and even Inosuke all breaking down, I'm like, you can't do this to me. I'm just gonna keep crying now. But what I like is that it ends with us knowing that Rengoku is still there. Like, he's still gonna live on in our characters, in Tanjiro especially, in Inosuke, in Zenitsu, in Nezuko. He's gonna live on within them. He influenced their lives in a way that will never be forgotten. And even though he's gone, he's still gonna be there. We're still gonna remember him. It's very hard to make an audience fall in love with a character in such a short amount of time to the point that their death pains you. But Demon Slayer did that. I don't know what they did, but with their whole story, they made me fall in love with Rengoku. I commend the studio and the manga author for being able to engrave this character into us to the point that we care, and his death is impactful and sad and horrific to see. And that's why even now when I'm thinking about it, I wish Rengoku hadn't died. I loved his character so much. I would have loved to see more of him. And then the movie ends with Homura playing, and it is a gorgeous song. I've been listening to it on repeat. I've been crying while listening to it. It was a very impactful song. But yeah, that's just me talking through it. There was nothing I could really put it down for, honestly. There was nothing bad about it. Maybe it could have been longer. Maybe they could have not killed Rengoku, but that's not on the movie, of course. But yeah, I loved the movie to pieces. It was amazing, and I'm so glad I got to see it. I've actually seen it twice now, and I cannot wait. It's made me even more hyped for season 2, which is coming out this year. I'm planning to react to it. I cannot wait. But yes, that is it for what I'm going to say about Demon Slayer Mugen Train. Let me know what you thought of the movie. I really just want to talk about it with you guys. So leave comments so that we can interact and talk about how incredible this movie is, please. Thank you. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like and subscribe if you did, and follow me on Twitter. Until next time, bye!